Iran's UN ambassador is rejecting any suggestion that Tehran is playing a nefarious role inside Iraq. He blames, quote, the hostile policies of the United States and its regional allies, especially the Zionist regime, that have turned the region into a tinderbox. That statement is not easing the fears of many here in the U.S. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin is watching the situation tonight from the Pentagon.
Now that ISIS controls less than 3% of Iraq, the U.S. military must figure out how to keep Iraq from breaking apart while also preventing Iran from turning its neighbor into a proxy state.
Nearly every threat to peace and security in the Middle East is connected to Iran's outlaw behavior.
The Shia-led government in Baghdad welcomed Iran's help when ISIS swept through Iraqi cities 3 years ago. Now the U.S. finds itself in the middle of a potential three-way civil war involving Shias, Sunnis, and Kurds.
Now the Iranians are going to start demanding that we leave Iraq, that we leave Syria, and that the whole region becomes essentially a vassal state of theirs, just like Lebanon has become.
The head of U.S. Central Command issued a similar warning today.
Iran's expressed desire to build larger influence, both literally in developing the Tehran-Beirut axis and figuratively by increasing military and political influence in places like Syria, Yemen, Iraq, and other places around the region.
U.S. military commanders on the ground have to be more diplomatic to avoid antagonizing Baghdad, whose permission they need to stay in Iraq. Army Colonel Ryan Dillon said he saw no evidence Iran played a role in pushing Kurdish fighters out of the oil-rich city of Kirkuk on Monday, even though photos and videos emerged on social media of a Shiite Iraqi commander with close ties to Iran, who has been on the U.S. sanctions list since 2009, taking part in the flag-raising ceremony after Iraqi forces moved in. Also seen in Kirkuk, the shadowy Iranian general Qasem Soleimani, leader of Tehran's proxy forces in the Middle East, who is also on the U.S. sanctions list.
A year ago, Kurdish fighters teamed up with Iraqi forces to kick ISIS out of Mosul. Now those two U.S. allies have turned on each other, and many U.S. officials blame Iran. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.